Okay, things just got totally awesome. Here are the DACs for X and Y, or Y and X. Not quite sure. These generate X and Y deflection amplitudes for the XY display based on positional information, 10-bit positional information, which gives you 1024 by 1024, but I think it becomes 1024 by 760-ish. And here are the analog outputs. This is your, you see you've got X output here and Y output here, which are the deflection voltages for the display, which is essentially how an XY oscilloscope works. So the obvious thing to do is to tap these out. This was always the hope, right? You tap these out and back to the scope and draw it on the display. So here is Asteroids displaying on my scope. Now I've turned the intensity up right there. I don't want to spot my scope. This is in attract mode. It's just running. You see the UFO coming in and firing, pew-pewing away at the rocks exploding. And you can see some interesting things. The rocks actually are rendered. When the rocks get rendered, I'm seeing some beating on the video. I don't see that beating. That's the display refresh on the oscilloscope. Interacting with the video refresh rate of the video recording on the iPhone. So you see that you've got press start. Now if I zoom in on this, press start, I can adjust the amplitude and the voltage, and we can get a sense of, you know, how the text rendering is done, and turn the intensity up. It's a high score table, and you can, what we're missing here is the modulation of the beam intensity. This is purely positional information. There's another piece of data that gets sent to the XY board, which is Z. They call it Z, and so Z is basically brightness, and they use brightness to modulate the display beam, and that gives you, obviously it turns the beam off between moves, but it's interesting that the beam is moving around and parking between rocks. So you can see the beam kind of resting, and you see it shows up as a really bright spot on the monitor. So let me go start the game around here. Press start, and there it is. And back to the oscilloscope, and here it is running. Asteroids running on my oscilloscope. And you can kind of get a feel. It's spotting in the middle because there's also, in addition to resting between objects, it rests between rocks, or sorry, rests in the middle of the screen between frames, I think. But that's the ship blowing up. It blows up in a series of points which are connected by lines. Obviously the beam's got to sweep between points. But there's a lot of, look at the signal, as I turn the intensity up, that's the ship. But look at the noise on the signal. Now, I don't think there's much scope for getting much more out of this than we're already seeing on display. It's pretty noisy. Although, maybe that's just because of the way I'm tapping it, you know. So, pretty awesome. Asteroids running on my new Tektronix scope. It's been amazing. So sweet. Pew pew pew. Fun, fun, fun. And you know, just a simple matter of tapping off these two. There's actually two lugs here that you can just clip onto. So sticking the probes on the X out and Y out, conveniently placed there for exactly this reason, I guess. Cool stuff.